just like that, we are on the way to the gym yet again. Today will be a chest and try workout. I'll keep the car talk short. I am on my way to pick up the gym partner. So, as always, if that's the case, I'll keep it brief. So I'm not doing the car talk while he's in the vehicle. Because it'd probably just be awkward if I'm sitting here recording myself talking and he has to sit there silently. I guess I do have a second mic. I could mic him up. But that'll be a conversation between me and him on if he's comfortable with that. But time for a good old chest and try pump. And I got to get out of here a little earlier than normal. So the after workout car talk won't be in the pitch black. So that's also a nice touch. And just to reiterate what I said in yesterday's video, in the post-workout car talk, thank you guys. When I started this channel, it was for me. And I 100% was like, well, no one's going to watch it. No one's going to care. So, I'm not even going to pay for editing software. I'm just going to throw it together in CapCut on my phone and just do it for myself. That's why some of those first few videos I didn't even attempt to edit out songs, because I was like, it's never going to be monetized, nor do I care. And because the idea is just for something for me to look back on, and also, again, motivation in terms of, I know maybe someone will watch it, so I should actually put full effort into my workout and into my diet so there's consistent progress over time. So, but you guys have surprised me, because I didn't think a single person would subscribe or watch. So to see that, we've hit 10 subscribers and we have more than that on most of the videos in views, I'll take that as a win. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And if you guys decide you want to come along for the ride, that is fine by me. But I'm going to get the gym partner and we're going to go hit some chest and try, and I'll see you when we get there. How does it feel today? I mean, I have my basketball, and we know some of them will play, so it's worth trying. Just get the ball out and see if they join. Ooh. 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 Little decline action today. Another rare sight from deadlifts yesterday to decline today. Something feels off. Okay. Yes. Just die on camera. Beautiful. I'm cooked. I'm done. If we go down for another one, I ain't coming out. Ooh. Now, for this last exercise, as you can see, I don't have the resistance band on like I have the past few times. Force more control in the eccentric. I'm just worried about finishing off the chest because it is already cooked to a fine medium rare. Ooh. Leave it to the fat guy to use food analogy. Ooh. Oh. Come on, buddy. Good set. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. And just like that, we are in the tricep portion of the workout. Ooh. I think we'll do these, maybe a skull crusher variation, and single arm push downs. Oh, it definitely helps that they're already fatigued. Oh. On Monday, we do art. I don't know if I'm allowed to finish that joke. Oh. So if you've never done this variation of skull crusher, I mean it's just close grip, almost close grip bench and the skull crusher and a baby. And you come down right above the neck. It's really great. The tricep what I love is I can spot myself if needed. And we didn't need to drag a bench over here because the floor is not a limiting factor in any way. So that's what I mean by spot yourself. On this one, an alternating set, 5 each side till failure, or however many I can get each side till failure. And just like that, it's time for another car talk. Now, I know I said in the first car talk that it would not be a dark outside car talk on the way home. Apparently, I lied. I had stuff to do immediately following church, following the gym. And again, I had the gym partner in the car with me. So I didn't want to have the car talk with him in the car and make things awkward for him in any way, shape, or form. I asked him if he minded, and he said he didn't. Will he care? But yet he did agree, like, yeah, it kind of would be awkward if you were just sitting there talking to the camera and I had to sit here in silence. I asked him if, well, you want to be mic'd up, then just talk in the video too. He didn't seem too down for that, which is fine. He's more introverted than I am. So I just didn't film it right after we left the gym. And then I had stuff to do, so I have not had time to record the car talk until right now. So I was right that the time of which the workout took place, I left and was driving from the gym back to my gym partner's house to drop him off. That did indeed not take place after dark. But unfortunately, the car talk was not as fortunate. So here we are, a few hours removed from the chest pump. That being said, I think that was a very, very good workout. Like, my chest is still very much pumped, and my triceps following the workout, and still now, like walkout feels very. Yeah, I mean, I can tell that I worked out today, and I want to talk more on that variation of skull crushers. So, if you've watched Mike Israetel or Eric Janicki, you've probably seen that done before. Or Jeff Nippard, he did them with Mike Israetel in a video before. But it's almost a hybrid of a close grip bench press and a skull crusher. And so it hits the triceps in a very different way than a traditional close grip bench would. And I personally, I just like to switch it up and use that instead of traditional skull crushers or overhead extensions. But what I love about it, and you've seen it in the video, when I'm doing those, I'm doing them on Smith, and I get to that bottom and I go back up, and there's not enough juice, there's not enough gas left in the tank in my triceps to get it up. All you have to do is widen your grip, and now you're in a bench press with not really that much weight on. You can press it back up, and then you can either rack it, or I love to go back down and force a few more reps. And I have added that into my tricep workouts, whether it be an arm day or a chest and tri day. But I added those a few months back, and I started seeing a lot of growth in my arms. And I think a big part of that is just the ability to basically spot yourself, kind of do a pause, go. But, give yourself some time to rest. Give yourself a few seconds, and then go back down and get a few more reps. If that's a skull crusher and you get to failure, if you don't have a spotter, you're dropping that weight behind you. And if you do have a spotter, well, they're probably just taking out of your hands. You're not getting a few more reps. So it's just, if you haven't tried that, I would inquire you to do so. I would suggest it, right? I would recommend trying them. That being said, I don't think it's for everybody. I have introduced that exercise to other people I've trained with or have trained. Again, I know I don't look like it, but I do have my personal training certification. So I have trained a few people. And some people, they don't like how it feels on their elbows. Maybe it does. Sometimes it bothers my wrist. It just depends on the day. And sometimes it just depends on the Smith machine. Because I've done it at the exact same gym that we were at today, but on the other Smith machine, and it hurt. But I've done it at Stelvo's gym, and it was fine. I've done it on the Smith machine I did on today, and it's fine. I've done it with barbell, uncomfortable. Smith machine is the way to go with it, but it also depends on said Smith machine. I've also seen people, if you're comfortable with it, using a barbell and just like on a bench and doing it that way. And they typically just do the bar, or maybe the bar with like some tens on them. So 45 to 65 pounds. But anyways, if you want to see some tricep growth and you think that is an exercise that won't bother your joints, at least give it a try. I do like it. Don't use it as your main tricep movement. I would save it for last or second to last movement. So, because it's not something you're going to be able to go all that heavy on anyways. So, but yeah, I kind of think of it in the same way as like a normal skull crusher or doing cable overhead extensions, where some people, they're like, oh, I don't do those because they hurt. they hurt my joints. They hurt my elbows, they hurt my wrists, whatever. And I was one of those people with like traditional skull crushers for years until like one day I was using a straight bar. I went with a much closer grip instead of a narrow grip. A lot of people swear by using the easy curl bar. That always hurt my wrist. Certain lifts hurt my elbows. So like neutral grip straight bar on a incline bench instead of a flat bench. And all of a sudden I can do skull crushers heavy. I'm talking the 70-pound dumbbell. 70-pound barbell without any pain, when I only used the 40 or 50 before, because anything heavier, I felt like I was going to hurt myself because my joints hurt, whether it be my wrist or my elbow. But something felt like it could or would be compromised if I went any heavier. So I kind of steered clear of doing skull crushers. And then again, with cable overhead extensions, I eventually found like the right angle to hit it from, where it's like, okay, if I use a certain handle, typically a rope or a straight bar is like perfect. Certain easy curl bar handles aren't terrible, but then again, some wrist discomfort has happened. But like knowing where to put the cable at and everything, and like how to pull it above your head in a way that both is going to target the tricep the way you're looking to, but not bother your elbows or your shoulders or pull you back. And so you just got to learn what works best for you. It's not a one size fits all. I've seen people who they'll put it at the very top and they'll lean forward and almost push it down in front of them. I've seen people who put it at the very bottom or somewhere towards the bottom and go directly above, straight up above their head. And it really is just whatever works for you. I've seen people use the rope, straight bar, easy curl handle, attachment, all of it. But I promise you, if you experiment with it, you can find a way to do it that is comfortable for you. Just like I would have never known that doing skull crushers at an angle caused less discomfort if I didn't first. The way I found out was I was like, okay, I'm going to bring this decline bench up to the cable. I'm going to put the cable right above my head so the bar on it falls about where my head is. I brought the bench out so I had to reach back and grab the bar. And I did skull crushers with a cable. And it didn't bother me. I was like, that's weird. So maybe I should start doing these on a decline. But then I did the next week I did it with a barbell on the exact same angle, the exact same bench I pulled up to the cable, and it bothered me. And I was like, okay, that's strange. I was like, so can I just not do barbell skull crushers? Like, is there just no good way? And I sat there and I played with it, and eventually it just so happened we were doing a chest and try day, and we finished on incline flies, and I wanted to do skull crushers, so I was like, well, let me just leave this where it is, and let me hit like a few filler reps, and it felt amazing. And so I was like, okay, let me up the rate. And next you know, I'm using the 70 when that would have scared me before. But enough about that. It's just, wisdom on my part. If there's any exercise where this brings me discomfort, if there's another way you can try it out, another angle of which you can try to hit it from, experiment with that. Don't just go, well, maybe that isn't for me, and just take it out of your arsenal. Because I promise, if you try to find a way to incorporate it into your arsenal, you might actually be surprised that you can. So I would recommend not immediately giving up on something. Obviously, don't keep doing it the way that brings you discomfort. I didn't just keep doing it with an easy curl bar on a flat bench when it hurt me. I stopped doing it that way entirely. But it also meant for a while, I completely removed skull crushers from my program and did not use them at all. So, just if there are alternate ways to do it, try to do that first before just taking something outright out of your workout program. But, anyways, see you guys tomorrow for your shoulders and forearms.